Hi, my name is Milena and I head investor relations for Validus Capital. Today I'll be talking about P2P lending. So why does P2P lending matter? P2P lending helps SMEs who may not have access to traditional bank financing to gain access directly to lenders, removing the requirement for banking intermediaries that sometimes have complex and lengthy transactions. When done right, P2P lending enables SMEs to access financing when they need it the most to improve their cash flow, hire more people, and improve their capability to do the services that they need to. P2P lending platforms enable lenders who are looking for alternatives to traditional fixed income instruments to connect directly with borrowers who are seeking to boost their working capital. The fintech lending industry on a whole is helping to bridge the US $120 billion financing gap in Southeast Asia. P2P lenders are disrupting traditional lending models by using data-driven insights to serve underbanked or unbanked SMEs. We leverage AI and machine learning to underwrite SMEs on the basis of live performance data that's much more relevant to them than data that you might find on a credit bureau report or a traditional financial statement. And we work with large corporates to offer their suppliers and vendors supply chain financing solutions. The need for supply chain financing is not just limited to Singapore. According to the Asian Development Bank's Global Trade Financing Gap Survey, the global trade financing gap stood at $1.5 trillion, with over 40% of that coming from the APAC region and over 74% of that attributable to the SME segment. We work with corporates to finance their suppliers, allowing them to gain access to capital when they need it the most at the start of payment cycles. For the SME, we allow them to improve their working capital by extending their accounts payable. And for the corporate, this allows them to improve liquidity within their supply chain, which helps to mitigate a lot of the risks. And finally, for the lender on the other side of the equation, we're allowing him to gain access to an alternative asset class that will help to diversify his portfolio while providing market plus yields and still maintaining liquidity. By boosting the capabilities of the entire supply chain, we're helping to improve output and production, which in turn helps to contribute towards growing local economies. For example, in a study last year, SMEs who were financed by Validus experienced on average a 17% growth in revenue, and we helped to indirectly and directly contribute to over 10,000 jobs in Singapore, boosting the national GDP by over $400 million. We strongly believe that P2P lending platforms have an opportunity to create a large impact in emerging markets across ASEAN.